Let's continue. We finished with the stop order. And then there's number 4, a trust deposit of 19,102 has erroneously been credited to the business account. Let's skip that one for now. Interest of 4,100 on the favorable bank balance has not been entered in the cash book. So this interest, it says interest on the favorable bank bank balance has not been entered in the cash book. So this thing was not entered in the cash book, and it's a what? It's interest, and interest it's increasing assets, so it's always going to be debit. Anything that this asset is going to be debit. Just gonna put interest there and say 4,100 because it's increasing value. A payment made by the firm in the amount of 1,120 has been incorrectly entered into the cash book as 1 to 10. So this is what we explained on the second transaction. We have a different transaction again. This time around, the transaction is a payment. The first one was a deposit. Now this one, it's a payment. The money is leaving the account. So when the money is leaving the account, we sent the wrong money. Basically, a payment made by the firm in the amount of 1,112 has been incorrectly. So instead of sending 1,120, we send 1,210. 1,210 is the wrong amount. So we have to enter it on the opposite side. We have to deposit the money back into the account. So we're gonna say incorrect payment. Just gonna say incorrect payment. Put 1,000 payment, and then the correct payment. Since it was supposed to be a payment, first of all, we're gonna say correct. When we enter the correct payment here, the correct payment, it's gonna be 112. Correct payment, because it says a payment by the firm in the amount of 1,120 has been incorrectly entered in the cash book as. So yeah, that is how you do it. Let's continue. Number 7, a payment received from a client on 28 February 2023 in the cash amount of 90,000 is not reflected on the bank statement. So we're gonna skip that one. A payment for the amount of 2,500 made by the firm from trust appears on business. We're gonna skip that one also. An EFT payment in the amount of 99,920 received from a client in respect of your account has not been entered in the cash book. So we received money from a client and it was not entered in the cash book. So that is going to be a debit again because it's increasing the assets. So we're going to see, we're going to put that 9. There we go. And just like that, we have entered all the transactions that we're missing in the supplementary cash book. Now we come to the very important step. What do we do next? So what we do next is here is we look at debit side and credit side. We try to determine which side has bigger amount when added together. When we add all these values in the left or in the right, which one has more values? So basically, when I'm looking at this, I can say it's the debit side because there's a 99,000 there. There's a 99,000, so the 99,000 obviously is giving us the vibe that this thing it has bigger amounts. So let's add them and see how much they are. So 99,920 plus 110 plus 4,100 plus 11,490 plus 42,000. So that is going to give us a balance. We're gonna use the amount that we added from the column that has bigger amounts, which is the debit side. The debit side has more amounts. Like when we add them together, they give us 158,720. When we add this amount on the left here on the debit side, they give us this. And then this is gonna be balanced for the both sides. It's gonna be balanced for all the sides. So we're gonna come see here, the balance for this side also is gonna be 158. Here we go, 158,720. Now, when we are done with this, we need to determine, because we know that the credit side, these amounts that are here on the credit side, these ones here, they do not equal 158. We know that. These amounts here, when we add them together, let's add them together actually to see how much they are. It's 11,940 plus 1,500 plus 69,200 plus 11 20. So when we add those amounts together on the credit side, they give us 83,760. So the 83,760, it's not 158. It's not. So we need to find out how much is remaining for that 83,760 to reach 158. So we're gonna say 158, 158,720 minus 83,760. How much does that give us? That is going to give us 74,960. That is going to be what we call balance carried forward. It's 74,960. So now when we calculate both sides, we're gonna see that the amounts are balancing. Now when we add all the amounts that are on the credit side, they're gonna be equal to 158,720, and on the left side also, they're gonna be equal to that. So now this thing is balanced. Everyone understands that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. Let's continue. Let's go to the SAP now. Bank conciliation. Bank recon. That I thought this was a that it's what we call this. It's okay. Bank statement now. Let's just keep say DR. Okay, guys. When it comes to the bank statement, the rules change now. Things that increase our assets, they are credited, and things that decrease our assets, they are debited. Vice versa. Now we reverse. We reverse them now because it's vice versa now. So there's a bank balance. If you go at the top of question 3, the bank statement balance on the same date was 72,372. Since this is a positive amount, it's gonna come here on the credit side. Remember, the credit side, it's things that increase our assets. The debit side is things that decrease our assets. So the balance here, that balance for the bank is gonna be 72,000. Our opening balance. Now, as we read along, I think we have already entered number 1, we entered number 2, we entered number 3, and then we come to number 4 now. There's a number 4. Number 4 says that a trust deposit of 19,102 has been erroneously been credited to the business account. So here there's an error of payment, or an error of deposit. Instead of depositing the money in the trust, we deposited it into the business account. So that is an error. We handle errors differently from how we handled errors under supplementary cash book. Here we handle them a little bit different from that. So let's handle it. It says a trust deposit has been erroneously credited to the business account. So when we correct that error, we put it on the opposite side. Since the error was made on the credit side, which is the positive side, we must credit it on the opposite side, which is the debit side. So this one is gonna come here on the, we're gonna say trust. And then we're gonna put that amount, the 1. Okay, so guys, that is it. That's how you correct an error here. You don't correct it 2 times, you only correct it once. You don't do the same thing you did for the supplementary cash book. Here you just enter it once. There's no correct and incorrect. You just use one amount because it's one amount. Okay, we already did number 5. Let's skip that. A payment made by the firm in the amount of, okay, we already did number 6 again. Number 7, let's see, a payment received from a client is not reflected on the bank statement. Okay, there's a 19,200 that is not reflected here. It was a payment received from a client. So this is basically a deposit. So a deposit, when it comes to bank reconciliation, we enter them on the credit side. So we're gonna come here and say payment client, because this client paid us money. So the payment from the client, we're gonna enter it here on the side and say 19,000. That is how we enter it. Now I'm coming to the one that I wanted to talk to Andipa about. Andipa, I hope you are here. Number 8. Okay, so number 8 says that a payment in the amount of 2,500 made by the firm from the trust account appears on the business bank statement. Andipa, are you there? Andipa. Oh, Andipa, are you not here? Okay, before I start answering. Oh, okay, Andipa is here. Okay,
Yes,
Andipa.
I'm listening.
Can you give us a little bit about this? Like, can you explain what you think it means? Like, a payment by amount of 2,500 made by the firm from the trust account appears on the business bank statement. What is that telling us? Or maybe you want me to tell someone to help you? Okay, because it seems like you're not responding. Okay, let me ask Zulu. Can you like help Andy Pai here?
As I read this here, it says a payment in the amount of 2.5 made by the firm from the trust. Here, actually, what happened? We actually made a mistake by debiting or taking the amount from the amount was taken from the trust, but it doesn't appear on the trust bank statement, but on the business bank statement. So there's clearly an error here. So we need to reverse this amount because it's going to be a shortfall, if I'm not mistaken, or it will be an irregular amount, if I'm not mistaken. So we need to reverse this amount.
That is perfectly correct. That is correct, Mr. Zulu. Thank you. Okay, so essentially, here on this, what this number 8 is saying, it says that we made a payment. We made a payment from the okay, we made a payment thinking that we made it from the trust, but instead we made a mistake. We used the business. So basically, we used money from the business and paid basically maybe for a disbursement. We paid for a disbursement for a client. Instead of using the trust, we used our business. So we must correct that error. So here it says that a payment in the amount of 2,500 made by the firm from the trust appears on the business bank statement. So a payment appears on the debit side. Basically, it appears on the debit side. But since here when we correct an error under trust, we write it on the opposite side. We're gonna write this payment. We're gonna write it as on the credit side. We're gonna write it on the credit side because now we are reversing it because it's an error. We know how to reverse errors here like we did with the trust error. We're gonna use the same step we used on the trust error. So we're gonna come here and say, let's just say firm error. Now we check. We do the same step we did on step 1. Step 1, we check how much, which side has bigger amounts. And obviously, when we look here, the side that has bigger amounts, like has more amounts when we add them together, is the credit side because we add 72,372 plus 19,200 plus 2,500, which is going to give us 94,072. And that is more than 19,000. So this is going to be the balance for both columns. This is going to be the balance for both columns. So we're going to say 072, which is going to also be the balance for this side. Balance for both sides. It's always the balance for both sides, which is 90,007. Now we calculate how much is left in order for 19,112 to reach 94,000. So we're gonna come here and say 94,072 minus 19,112. That is going to give us 74,960, which is the same one that we got up here, the balance carried forward. The same one as the one that we're gonna get here. In order for this to balance here, in order for this 19,000 to be equal to 94,000, we need that 74,960, called the balance carried forward. It's called the balance carried forward because it makes everything equal, equilibrium. It equals, like everything becomes equal from both sides. Like you can see here, everything is equal now. Do we all understand this?
Yes, yes, yes.
Simple, straightforward, not complicated. But this is not enough because sometimes they change around. They can give you the EFT. You know, the only thing that is like confusing with regards to like bank reconciliation is that thing called post-dated EFTs. Post-dated EFTs are a little bit complicated. So watch out for those ones because they were not here on this question. So Primrose, is that a, oh, okay. Andika, is that a question?
I see it now. Thank you.
Okay. Primrose.
Yes, I just wanted to understand the difference between balance brought down and balance carried forward.
Oh, there's no such thing as balance brought down. What is that? I think that is just balance carried forward in another way of saying it.
Oh, okay, thank you. Just that I saw it on my notes on the study guides.
Okay, I'm guessing they're talking about the balance carried forward. Yeah, because either way, it's because you're bringing it down. I'm sure they're saying that because like it's here, now it's here. Okay, but then I think that is it.
Thank you.
Any other question with regards to what we just did here? You guys understood the errors because the errors are the ones that are problematic. We understand them, right?
Yes, we do,
Yes.
loud and clear.
Okay, great stuff. I like that. Now let's just, because I've already, guys, I've already sent you the memo. So you know what I'm gonna do now? I'm gonna go over it for those ones that were not there on the first class for the other questions. Let me just open my memo here, then we'll go over it real quick. Opening it now, we're gonna go over it. Just wait for me. Okay. Let me just share my screen now. Okay, hey Zulu, can you see the screen?
Yes, 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 I can see it.
Okay, guys, before we go, okay, this is not the right, okay, which one am I sharing now? Oh, okay, sorry, I'm sharing the wrong screen. Let me try to share again. This was the wrong screen that I shared. I want the PDF, yes. Okay, it's that the PDF is there, right? It's showing on the screen, I hope. Guys, there's something here that I need to point out for the ones that were there in the class before and everyone else. If you go to the TCB here, I made an error here. I think I was entering too fast. Guys, if you look at your payment interest here, pay interest to LPC, this one here. If you look at it here, it's not supposed to be 245. It's supposed to be this one here. It's supposed to be the 145. I think I made a mistake. I put a 2 there instead of a 1. So watch out for that. Be mindful of this pay interest LPFF. Okay, now let's go over the memorandum before we start. Okay, everybody says that they have the question paper, right? Now, look at your question paper. I want to go over something on the question paper before we go here. I said it in the class in the morning. Now I want to say it again. Let me just stop sharing the screen and open the question paper. Just quickly go to the question paper. Can I have a volunteer? Someone was not in the morning class. Can I have someone new to volunteer? I want to ask you something. Just speak. I can like hear you if you speak and say, I want to volunteer. I'm not afraid of these people. I'm gonna volunteer. Don't we have somebody like that here today who wants to volunteer? Guys, I need a volunteer. I want to ask a few questions from the question paper. Actually, somebody who wrote. Somebody who recently wrote. I want that person. That one person. I want that person. I think I saw the person here. Okay, let me just pick out and see if she's gonna respond. I saw her name here. Eleanor, are you here? I think I saw Eleanor somewhere here. Eleanor, are you here? Okay, I don't think she's here. Dicheni Netanani. My vendor brother, can you answer? Are you here?
Mtani ngombanyi uri vendor brother.
Hi.
No, don't loga in late mamulisanga ndava yantu. Phone yanga ikotenda loga in.
Oh, okay. No
Atungo chapana chinhu ndologa nichivo chaisa man.
Oh, okay.
Ini nori kubuya linano rizotwamba ngatungo.
Okay. Eleanor. Okay. Eleanor, you're here. Can you respond?
Hang on. Yes. Hello.
Hi. Okay. Welcome.
Hi.
Were you writing this past exam?
I'm sorry, I can't hear anything.
Oh, did you write the past exam? Like,
you're breaking up.
Oh, did you write the past exam? The last exam that was written in March?
No.
Okay.
I didn't write that exam.
Were you in the morning
I'm
class?
here on the group because I have no, I wasn't in the morning class.
Okay, then you're perfect to answer.
I joined your group because I need help. Huh?
No, I'm saying
you think so?
I'm thinking it's perfect that you're here because I want to ask you something here on this question.
Okay.
So before
but I can't see your screen. Okay, I can't see the question.
Oh yeah, okay, let me just show it. I forgot to show here. Let me just show it here. Okay, there it is. Can you see it now?
Nope. I saw it earlier, but it's not here now.
Okay, let's just give it a second. I think it's gonna appear. Still it's not there.
No, it's not here.
Okay, let's find somebody else who has the screen. Guys, anyone else?
Yes, Mike.
Yes. Rimesh. Okay, let's go. Rimesh, welcome. Were you here in the morning class?
Oh, yes, I was.
Okay, it's fine. I think I'm just gonna ask you then. Can you explain to us? We see these 3 columns, right?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. You can just explain it to us. It's fine because it seems like everybody was here. Okay, so you see this is column 1, right? This. This is column 1. I showed you column 1. This is column 2. This one here. And this is column 3. This one here is column 3. This one. This is column 3. Now, can you explain to us, Ramesh, tell us, what do this column represents? Column in the middle.
Can I explain what?
What does this column represent? What are these numbers in the middle here? What are they? If you had to give a title to this column here, the middle column, this one here, the whole column, what would your title be for this column?
Which one? The
here?
second one?
Yes,
The
this
second one.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Those are your fees and your, what do you call them? Disbursements.
These are your fees and disbursements. Yes. And how do we see that this is a fee and this is a disbursement?
Oh, from what you told us in the morning is that if it has two amounts, the first on the second column and on the third column, then it's a fee. And also on the details, it says to fee.
There we go. To fee, and then on the second one it says 15,000, and on the third one it also mentions 3,000. Wonderful. That is nice. You were listening. I like that. Okay. And this one, what does this column represent now?
The third column.
Yes.
Okay. You said it's the money or the scale of sharing of fees or money that has been received. So money that we would have agreed on sharing of fees and maybe money received.
Yes, from third party. Yes, correct. Okay, so basically that is it. That is what these two columns represent. The first one represents money received. It represents fees and disbursements. The second one represents money received from third party and allowance. Allowance is the agreed upon sharing of fees. So that is what the second column represents, and that is what the other one represents. Just like that. Now, Ramesh, tell us more again. What was wrong with this question in the exam? Why was it so complicated to people? Yet it has been asked so many times. Why was this one specifically complicated?
Oh my God. Is there no one else? I think here it's oh no.
Come on, just answer. Don't think about it too much. Just say what you think it is, and then we're gonna see.
Okay. Well, for me, I think it's the fact that okay, I would normally expect for them to tell me the agreed fee percentage.
Yes.
And then also, yeah, for me, would be that.
Okay, that is correct. Okay, let me just open a previous question paper here from the other years before, so that we can look at it and see what the problem is with this one, the recent one. Let me just look real quick here. I'm looking for one. Okay. Okay, let me just look real quick. This question that I'm looking for, it's on the recent question paper. The other one, I don't think it's here. Oh, great. Wonderful, I found it. Let me just, okay, no, I think it's here, right? There's a different question paper in front of you right now, right, guys?
Yeah, it's the VAT issue.
Okay, but the question paper is different, right? This is a different question paper you're seeing.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so look at this question paper that I just represented to you guys. Do you see what's happening in this one? This question is exactly like that one. Oh, let me just check first if I'm not misleading you. You send the following statement to your correspondent who instructed you to act on his behalf. You send the following statement to your correspondent who instructed you to act on behalf of his client in a collection matter and a registration matter. Okay, this is exactly the same thing. This is exactly the same question as the one that we had for this year. So guys, look at the difference between the two statements. Do you see here, like, you see a fee here? It has a VAT under it. You see, it says fee, VAT. It says fee, yes, collection. Collection is a fee, we know that. Here's VAT. Drafting undertaking, here's VAT. You see what they did here? They didn't For us now, for this exam, they didn't give us this. They didn't give us these facts. You see, VAT 1, VAT 2, VAT 3, VAT 4. We have 4 fees. From the VAT, I can already tell that we have 4 fees only. But let's go to our current question paper. Look at our current question paper. You see the fee. There is no VAT under it. It's just, there's a disbursement under our fee. To fee default judgment, there is no VAT. But we are a VAT vendor because they say to VAT 15% here. They put this VAT there just for you to see that you are a VAT vendor. You are not just here acting on your own will. You are a VAT vendor. They just put this ones here for you to see because they didn't mention it in the question. So they put it on the bank statement that you are a VAT vendor, but they didn't give you the fees specifically for the fees. That was another complicated thing about the question. That's why it was so complicated, because they didn't give you that. That is the only thing. There's nothing else. Apart from that, we just need to calculate. You need to calculate what is the allowance. So you need to calculate this 3,000. It's what percentage of this 15,000? So 3,000 is a percentage. What percentage of 15,000? And if you calculate, you're gonna see that it's 20%. So 20% is the agreed upon sharing of fees. So this sharing of fees here is 20%. I think also on this one, this question paper here, I think it's also 20%. Let's try to see. Let's try to see what is 500 percentage. Let's say 1,500 divided by 100 times 20. It's gonna give us okay, this is not it here. The sharing of fees here is not the one that I mentioned. This is 1/3. Okay, on this one it's 1/3. So you don't need to cram, you just need to know. For this one it's 1/3, because if you look at it, 1,500 divided by 3 gives you 500, which is the 1/3. The maximum agreed upon scale of sharing of fees, it's 1/3. You cannot go beyond 1/3. 20% is less than 1/3. 1/3, I think it's like 33% or something. 33% of an amount. So 1/3 is the maximum sharing of fees you can go on. You can't go above that. Okay, so yeah. Any questions with regards to that? Any questions with regards to what I'm just saying now about the fees, the sharing of fees, the bank statement? Guys, this question came.
Yes, I do have a question here, but it's a seeking clarity question. So what you are actually saying to us is that whenever we're not given a percentage as to how much will be the sharing fee percentage agreement, you need to look at the amount and then try to ascertain whether it is a 10%, 20%, 15%, or 20%. I assume which would be a maximum, or 1/3.
Yes, that is exactly what you do. But here's a tip. Here's an exam tip. In the exam, they've never gone beyond these two. It's always either 1/3 or 20%. They don't go in any other amount. They only use the two.
Okay, so thank you so much.
So start off by calculating whether it's 20% or whether it's 1/3. They usually like stick to those two.
Thanks, clear now.
Okay, great stuff. Where is it? Okay, so I was just telling you that this question. Okay, guys, this question is the same exact one as the question from 2020 November, and it was also there in 2022. There was a paper with this one. I think if it's not March, it's November. Between the two, there's one that has the same thing. It's the same, straightforward stuff. Guys, if you join my classes, we're gonna go all over these principles in details, because the examiner is not playing anymore. The examiner wants to test to see if you know what you're talking about. Okay, guys, I think that covers just about it. I explained that question. I told you that I'm not gonna be doing it again. I'm just gonna be going over it. So let's go to the next one, the last one, which is conveyancing, right? Yes, conveyancing. Okay, so when it comes to conveyancing, question 4, there's mainly what you need to know here is who is responsible for what between the seller and the buyer. If it's a seller. The seller pays for this. This is what the seller pays for. The seller pays the estate agent. The seller pays for the municipal rates and taxes. The seller pays for the bond cancellation. So basically, the seller pays for like 3 things, or maybe anything related to fixing the building. The seller is gonna be the one who pays. And then there's the purchaser, the one who's buying. The one who's buying is the one who pays for the attorney, the conveyancer. He pays the conveyancer. The one who's buying pays the conveyancer. Okay, he pays the conveyancer. He also pays. He also gets the bank guarantee. He's the one who gets the bank guarantee from the bank. He's also the one who does that. Yeah, and usually it's him who invests. He's usually the one who invests the money because it's his purchase money, so he invests it. So basically, that is conveyancing. There's thing here. Where's the conveyancing question? Okay, conveyancing. Okay, any specific question anybody wants to ask here? Any specific question here that everybody wants to ask? Because I've sent the memo. Now I just want you to like specific, because I sent the memo at 3, thinking that you can have a chance to look at it and then come back to me and say, can you explain this to me? I didn't understand it that way. That is the whole point of the second class here. So anybody?
Yes, once more, and it's also item number 10 or transaction number 10. I know that you did mention earlier on, but for future purposes, if there's nothing mentioned about there was this 8,500 rand, which was just the money from nowhere. There were no clear details to how to treat it. But in instances like this, since there's some kind of like investment, so you'll assume that this will be an investment in terms of section 86.3.
Mm-hmm.
So just an investment that will treat this as a normal as an investment in terms of section 86.3, not 864, because there were no instruction from a client as to invest this man on his or her behalf.
Yes, okay, yeah. I did say that you can just write investment account, write the money leaving the account, then deposit it into the TCB, and then you can do that step you just said now, that you can just pay the LPC, right? That's what the LPFF. That's where you were going with it, right?
Oh yes, okay. No. Because to me, this was the only amount that I didn't know as to how to treat it. So yeah.
Yeah, because like they just like brought
I
it out
just
of nowhere.
froze.
Like they just said,
Yes.
if you go up there, you don't see anything there related to like trust bank investment. They just gave it to you out of nowhere, like surprise.
Yes, no,
So
thank you so
there's this
much.
other question here for 4.5 guys here. There's 4.5 guys. This 4.5, you exactly do what we did under question 3 when we calculated the balances. This is what they required you to do, the exact same thing. So they're trying. Okay, I've seen this trend. They're trying to mix bank reconciliation and conveyancing. They're trying to turn it into a thing, like into one thing. So you should like be mindful of that. Guys, I would like to repeat one more thing here. Guys, when it comes to like bookkeeping, they are not gonna give you anything new. They're gonna give you the same thing. You just need to know the principles. The important thing is not cramming. You need to know what is going on, the principles. It's principles, principles, principles. Yes, Tammy?
Mike?
Yes, hello.
On question 1, correspondence transaction, 1.2 said
Yes.
you need to account your correspondent. Aren't we supposed to do
Yeah.
a statement of account? Like, a statement where we say,
what about that?
tell
Thank you
him.
for reminding me, Tammy.
Okay.
Oh, thank you for that, Tembi. Thank you. I totally forgot about it. I wanted to explain it. So when they say account to the client, they don't mean a statement of account. No, they don't mean that. When they say account to the client, they mean refund the client. So do you understand? They say refund. Like, let me show you on my memorandum here. Let me show you what that amount is when I'm accounting. Okay, yeah, here. Do you see Tembi here on the EFT here with correspondent?
Yeah. Yeah, I can see.
That is the refund. That
Oh,
is
it's
the money
there.
that
Oh, okay.
I've taken my fees and the disbursements. I'm giving the client what remains.
Oh, okay. Because I think I drew
That
a
is to
statement of
account.
accounts, yeah, for the exam.
Oh yeah, you
Okay.
shouldn't have done that because I think they also said don't do it here somewhere. Let's see. I think they said don't. Oh no, they didn't say it. Okay, yeah, but basically that is it. You're not supposed to.
To draft a statement.
Well, where was this question here? Oh, it was on the second one. Oh, okay.
No, 1.2. It was question 1.
Question 1. 1.2, transfer whatever you're entitled to your business account and account yours. Oh yeah, that is exactly what I was saying. It's that EFT here with you, like EFT. You're basically taking the money back to the client. That is what account, like to account to the client is.
Perfect. Thank you, sir.
So guys, those ones who are going to do oral, you guys saw on the group I sent a link saying that the oral group, yeah, you guys can join that group. Basically you pay 200 for the preparation for orals. If you don't make it with the orals, we're just gonna say that is your down payment. So since the cost is 500, you guys can just add 300 and then get the full cost if you don't make it. But if you make it, that is it, you just pay the 200. And guys, I'm still waiting here. I only have like 50 people. I'm still waiting for the other 50. I need 100 students. My 100 admission, I want it. So I keep asking, I'm begging, please. I need my 50 people. 50 remaining. I already have the other 50. I just need the last remaining 50. Please, guys, consider joining the course. What I just did now for you is not enough because you know what? The examiner is not going to bring the same stuff again. So that is why I'm teaching you to see that where you went wrong and what you should have done, so that I can show you, I can teach you. The examiner is not going to ask you the same thing again. Trust me. It's not going to ask you the same thing. It's going to change now when it comes. There's a lot of things to ask. It's going to ask you different things. So that is why I was teaching you this, because I know that for the this coming exam, it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be having new tricks because they're trying to trick you now. So guys, please, I want my 50. I have 50. I need another 50. I need 50 students. My classes are I'm gonna be so motivated if I get my 100 students. So motivated. Like, yo, I'm even thinking that if I can get the 50, I can even have like some private lessons for people that are in Johannesburg in person for like no extra fee, for just the normal fee. We can have the extras. But if I reach my 50, because if I reach the 50, I'll be so motivated. Guys, talk to your friends, tell them to join. You will not be wasting your money. Guys, when you join this class, if you don't make it the first time, the second time it's free and you're gonna make it. I'm gonna see you through your admission. Any questions? I'm seeing people I wanna talk here. Abel, is that a question?
Yeah, I'm just a bit lost as to the responsibility of a buyer.
Oh, so yeah, okay. So let me tell you what the purchaser is responsible for. So the purchaser is responsible for paying the conveyancer. He pays the conveyancer basically for the transfer. That is the first thing. The second thing, he pays. What else does he pay? Okay, he pays the conveyancer. He invests his money. Basically, that is it. He pays the conveyancer. He invests his money. Those are the two main things. And oh yeah, he receives bank guarantee also. He's the one who asks for a bank guarantee. It's his bank guarantee, not the seller.
Okay, and the seller, what is he responsible for?
The seller? Okay, so the seller is responsible for a lot of things. First one, he pays the estate agent. Second one, he pays municipal rates and taxes. Third one is the one who pays for anything that has to be fixed on the house before it's sold.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you another thing. The purchaser also pays the transfer duty. The buyer.
All right. Now I've got it now.
Great stuff. Great stuff.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Any other questions? Guys, join the oral group. I'm telling you, I don't just want your money. I'm gonna work for your money. I don't just wanna like spend your money. I'm gonna work for it. You're gonna feel that I did right by you. So please, guys, tell your friends to join. The classes will commence end of June. 2 weeks, I think 2 or 1 week before the end of June, we're gonna be starting. The classes are over the weekend, guys. Over the weekend, we're gonna be doing the general principles. Then we're gonna do everything else until we write. Guys, I'm gonna be with you every step of the way. I'm not afraid of questions. You're gonna ask me, I'm gonna answer. You're gonna call me, I'm gonna answer. Guys, I'm motivating you. If not you, your friends.
Sir, can I ask a question?
Yes.
For the orals, when will that commence and when should payment be made?
Okay, the orals will be commencing next week. I think month end we start because you are writing on the 25th, right? Somebody said that they need time. So I think we're just gonna be doing it over the weekend, going through stuff over the weekend. I'm gonna be like, because at oral you need to speak, right? So like
Yes.
we're gonna be doing it like over the weekends, all the weekends until we reach 25 June. So we're gonna be doing that. Yes.
Okay, thanks.
Great. Any other question? Don't be afraid to
Yes,
ask.
please. I would like to know. Sorry, I would like to know. How are you going to do orals for paper to Wilson Estate? Because I think I would love to join the group that will be doing orals for Wilson Estate.
Join, you will see there. It's fine, we're gonna be doing it there. You will see there. Or like, what do you mean by what are we gonna be doing?
Oh, I'm saying, are you going to mix the accounting, the bookkeeping, and the Wilson Estate in orals, or you're gonna separate the classes?
It's gonna be two different things. Yeah, it's gonna be different. It can't be the same. It's gonna be different classes.
Okay, no. So I'm asking how are you going to conduct the Wilson Estate classes? Or if it's over the weekend, it will be on Saturdays or Sundays.
Yeah,
or probably you'll
the other
reserve
one will be on
Saturdays
Saturday.
for.
The other one will be on Saturday. The other one will be on Sunday until we reach June. You see, it's still 25th. It's like a lot of time.
I assume that Wilson Estate will be on Sunday, and then Saturday.
Yeah, it's fine. We can do it like that. Yeah, that is cool. Also, I haven't decided, but that is an idea.
Okay. No, thank you so much.
You mentioned 200 rand for the oral preparations. Is it for both or for each?
For each. But if you don't have the money, we can negotiate. It's fine. But it's for each.
But now, I'm
not.
When is this money must be paid?
But I think you should pay it by next week. You should have paid it because we are beginning already. We are starting, so you need to pay it by then.
Yeah, I sent you a message asking about the payment details. I see on your brochure you don't reveal it.
Yeah, I don't reveal the
Are you going to give us the account?
Yeah, I'm just gonna give it to you personally because I need to also know you. You see, so like I'm just gonna give it to you personally.
Yeah, you got the message from me.
Yeah. Yeah, that was you. Yeah, I remember the message. That is fine. I'm gonna give it to you personally. Don't worry.
Yeah.
When as the week goes on, I'm gonna be saying, guys, let's make payments. Don't be afraid, guys. If you do not have the money now, tell me. Tell me.
Yeah, I would also like to join I actually failed altogether. There's no oral stuff, but I want to join because that will also help me. I will join the oral. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Great. You can join. Guys, let's support this. Let's do it. Let's support it. You know, the more people I have, the more I'm gonna be motivated. Wendy, is this you? Is this the Wendy I know? Wendy, is that you?
Yes, it is. It's me.
Wendy knows me. I used to teach her back in law school, like for free even. Isn't that right, Wendy?
Yeah, I'm actually very proud of what you've done. And yeah, no, I can officially give my testimony as well. That's how I passed accounting at LEAD.
See, thank you, Wendy. You see, guys, I'm the gift that keeps on giving. I'm not just like trying to like maybe rob you. Nah, I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna give you my time. I'm gonna be devoted to making you pass. Like through your admission, guys, until you get admitted. That is a promise. Until you get admitted, I'm gonna be there with you every step of the way until your admission day. And if you like, you can even invite me to the admission thingy. I'm gonna come. Yes, Noms. Is that a question?
No, it's not a question.
Okay. Tell your friends to join then. It's fine. It's fine, Noms. Okay, guys, thank you.
Hi, sorry. I wanted to ask, will the recording for maybe the day session be available?
For?
The recording for the session, you spoke about a recording being made available.
Oh, you
Where
mean this
would
one?
it be
Yeah,
made
I'm
available?
recording. I'm gonna put it on YouTube.
Oh, okay, on YouTube. Okay. All right, thank you.
Sorry.
Great.
Sorry.
Yes.
It's Norms.
Yes, Noms.
I didn't pass it all. I'll be joining you after the orals. Are you going to alert us when are you going to start the classes in preparation for the next exam?
Anyone who wants to join my class should text me directly. When you text me directly, I'm gonna give you a link to another group that you have to join, where all the message will be directed to that group for when we are about to start and when payment should be made.
All right, I'll do, because the earliest class, the morning class, I didn't join because I had a problem with my, I mean the link. I remember I sent you a message privately saying that I can't join. I don't know whether it needs a password. If there is a password, can you please share it with us, with me? So, but I'm going
Yeah, I
to
remember that.
I'm going to text you again to remind you
Okay,
to
do that.
send me another link, because this is a monster to me now. I'll be writing. I can't even count how many times, and I'm even disappointed. You know, like yesterday, I was telling my husband that I wish I could not write my board exam anymore, because I'm only left with this, and it is so discouraging.
You know what? I would like motivate you to like join the private group. Are you in Johannesburg? Are you in Johannesburg?
No, I'm in KZN.
Okay, sure. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. But you just think about doing the private lessons.
Okay.
Because like you see, when it's like a group lesson, you see, even if you join the private lessons, you can also participate in the group lessons for free. But in private lessons, since you have written so many times, you can be free to ask whatever you want, and I can specifically see where your difficulties lie.
Okay. No, we will talk privately. Because right now I joined this class late because I had a problem with the link. So, but I will just text you privately.